What happens when you take one of the most reviled gaming controllers in history and you remake it in 2018? Well, you get the Hyperkin Duke. Today, we're going to compare and contrast it to the original and tell you whether or not it's worth the 70 bucks. Stay tuned. Here it is, the Hyperkin Duke. It is now available at GameStop and the Microsoft Store, and I believe Amazon too, as well as overseas. So we already reviewed this on WindowsCentral.com. Just Corda did an awesome deep dive into it. Make sure you go read that. I don't want to go too much into the details here, as you can go and check out what he has to say. But I want to talk a little bit about this controller. So this came out in 2001. It was part of the original Xbox, and people absolutely hated it. It's called the Duke, but it's also called the Fatty at the time, which is absolutely hilarious. And it was just too big for most people. And in fact, it was so bad, they later revised it just a few months later to make a slimmed down version. So what's new with this controller for 2018? So it's obviously revised a little. If you go and buy the original one like we have here, you can't actually use it with the Xbox or a Windows 10 PC. This version you can. It does have now a removable cable where you can attach it to your PC and just use it like a regular controller or use it with Xbox. Now I know you're saying, why not wireless? And it's a really good question. As it turns out, Microsoft kind of controls that technology. That is, there are no third-party controllers that use the Xbox wireless system, which is a little weird and unfortunate, as that would have truly made this a really unique device. But yeah, you do have to use this wired all the time, but at least you can replace that cable now. The other massive change is going to be that center button. So on the original one, it had this large Xbox logo and it looked kind of okay, but it didn't do much. Well, they updated this time with a clever OLED version. It actually shows the animation from the original Xbox when it boots up. As cool as it is though, I think there's a bit of a missed opportunity here. Hyperkin should create some third-party software which allows you to control that, or maybe even display your stats or something else. It seems like kind of a lost opportunity, as after that screen boots up, it really doesn't do much. Other additions include the new shoulder buttons, which were not included in the original version, so you have those now. They're not as good as the shoulder buttons found on a true Xbox controller, but they actually work pretty well. The triggers are also updated, so the original triggers had more of a solid spring mechanism to them, and they were kind of hard and had resistance to them. Didn't feel very good. These new ones are modern design, so they feel much better and are much more responsive. The buttons also have a little bit of a tactile feel to them, a little bit more pointy, but they click very well. And the joysticks were also updated to have more rubber grip on them. Overall, it feels very good. So in case you're wondering how this actually feels, it's actually kind of fun. Now there is a bit of a learning curve when you go to use this. For instance, that Y button, it feels a little bit different when you reach for it with your thumb. It's partly because those buttons are on an angle on the original version, whereas they're not on a modern Xbox controller. I do have to say though, I actually do enjoy using this, despite the fact that it is rather huge. It feels kind of nice. I'm not saying you want to necessarily use this all the time, but I've been using it for PC gaming for a while, and it's actually kind of clever. I really enjoy using those joysticks, as they feel very nice and have nice height and depth to them compared to the original controller. As far as holding them for long times, the new controller is actually significantly heavier than the original, which is pretty funny. It's already a massive controller, but you're looking at about 340 grams, which is around 30 to 40 grams more than the original controller, so that's not insignificant. I didn't really find it too hard to handle for a very long time, but your mileage may vary, and if you have tiny hands, well, you may steer clear of this. But for $70, I think this is actually a pretty good buy. The build quality is fantastic. I've had no issues with my controller whatsoever. And if you're very nostalgic for Xbox history, and we've talked about that in the past, that people do like to buy this stuff, well, this is an excellent purchase. And I think Hyperkin did an outstanding job. It's also quite fun to see a joystick that was so shamelessly disrespected back in 2001, brought back to life in 2018. Goes to show you we're living in amazing times. So there's a quick look at the Hyperkin Duke controller. Now, if you want more information about this, make sure you go to Windows Central to read our full review. And let me know in the comments what other Xbox history you want to see brought back to life. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.